Beloved souls, I come to you as a messenger of the light, not to frighten you with thunder, nor to dazzle you with mystery, but to steady your heart and call you back to the great simple truths you already carry within. You are more than the sum of your wounds. You are a spark of divine purpose, walking a human path. Hear me now as if the wind itself speaks to you, for I bring courage, clear seeing, and an offering of protection. You were born of light. In the smallest, most private place inside you, there is a seed of sacred courage. It can feel hidden beneath the weight of doubt, beneath cycles of fear and old shame. That does not make it less real. It is your core. My first message to you is, tend that seed. Tend it with the small actions that honor life, rising when you fell, saying the words that are true for you, holding your boundaries with gentleness and firmness, choosing not to betray yourself for the comfort of others' approval. These are not small things. They are the building stones of a life lived in alignment with the divine dot. Courage is not an absence of fear. It is action in spite of fear. When you feel trembling in your chest, do not mistake that trembling for a signal to retreat. Rather, regard it as the drumbeat that precedes the heroic step. Take the breath, take the step, place a foot forward. Each act of alignment, even a tiny one, lights up the path for you and for those who follow. You are supported. Imagine a bright blue shield surrounding you, not to shut you away, but to refine and clarify. This shield protects your heart, clarifies your intentions, and filters the noise. I stand with you as a guardian of that light. When you call, even in whisper, the presence of support answers. You are not alone. Let us speak plainly about fear. Fear masquerades in many faces. The fear of failure, of not being seen, of loss, of being unlovable. These masks are old. They were carved by earlier experiences so you could survive. But survival is not the only destiny for your soul. Thriving is. Move from surviving to thriving by reminding yourself that the past is not your master. It is a tutor. Learn its lessons, honor the experience, and then place it lovingly down. Forgiveness is a mighty sword and a tender balm. Forgive where you can. Forgive yourself for choices made in the dark. Forgive others who acted from their own fear or pain. Forgiveness does not mean condoning harm. It means releasing the grip of that harm upon your heart so you can move forward with hands free to give and receive love. If forgiveness seems impossible, begin with, I am willing to let go. Willingness is the hinge on which miracles swing. You are more resilient than you think. Life will test you, but each test is purposeful. The universe, the divine intelligence that pulses through all things, is not your enemy. Challenges are not punishment. They are refining fires that remove illusions and strengthen your inner steel. When smooth times return, you will look back and see how the trials sharpened your discernment and deepened your compassion. Discernment matters. Not every battle is yours. Choose where you place your energy. Your sacred yes is precious. Your no is also holy. Saying no to what drains you is a deep spiritual practice. You do not owe everyone your light. Share it where it grows the most good. Protect it where it would be consumed. Boundaries are a form of love. They teach others how to treat you and protect the gifts you carry. You may worry that drawing a line will estrange you or make you look unkind. Boundaries, when spoken from clarity, come from deep kindness to yourself and to others. They create a safe container in which honest relationships may grow. Practice the words, "I need rest. I cannot do that. I will not accept harm." These are not harsh. They are true. Purpose is not a single towering thing to be found and then hoarded. It is a living river. You will be called in many ways across your life. Some callings are loud. Some are quiet. Listen to the whispers in your daily life. The small urgings that ask you to finish a conversation, to visit someone who is lonely, to write a line, to plant a seed in the ground. These small acts accumulate into a life of meaning. You are made to serve and to be served. There is dignity in both. When you embrace service without martyrdom, when your giving flows from a full cup, the world becomes brighter. Conversely, accept help. Allowing another to support you is an offering to them. It allows them to practice compassion. The sacred circle of giving and receiving is how we build a holy village. Remember, your body is a temple. Care for it with reverence. Sleep, movement, and nourishment are not indulgences. They are spiritual disciplines. When your body is honored, your intuition grows clearer. Your decisions are less noisy. You can stand in your power without becoming hard. Body care is not vanity. It is stewardship. Let us speak of grief. Grief is the language of love that has been altered by loss. It must be heard. Do not hurry it. You may be tempted to fix grief quickly, to plaster it over with distraction. Give it space to move through you. Hold it like a child in your lap, gentle, present, compassionate. Tears are a holy wash. They cleanse the windows of perception. They make room for joy to return. That joy is not a frivolous pursuit. It is rebellion against despair. Find daily places to invite joy. A song, a cup of tea, time with a friend, a walk where you watch the sky. Joy is sacred. It sustains you and becomes a light that others can see. You are allowed to change. Identity is not a cage, but an evolving garment. Let go of stories that no longer fit. The narrative you tell about yourself determines the architecture of your life. Shift it when it suffocates you. Replace "I always" and "I never" with curious questions. What if I could? What would happen if I tried? Curiosity opens doors that apology and resignation seal. Courageous love looks like truth spoken kindly. If there is something unsaid that burns like coal in you, consider the courage of clear speech. Speak your truth with compassion and calm. Truth without tenderness can wound. Tenderness without truth can deceive. Hold both dots. Stand up for justice. Use your gifts to alleviate suffering. Small acts add up. One person can seed 1,000 changes. Yet also remember that righteous anger must be disciplined. Anger is a furnace that can heat the forges of justice or burn the bridges you need. Channel it into purposeful, constructive action. Let your activism be anchored in wisdom and compassion. You are permitted to rest. The spiritual path is not a treadmill of achievement. Rest is part of the rhythm of creation. The divine does not ask you to prove your worthlessness unceasingly. Stop striving to be more than you are in order to be loved. You are already lovable. Rest, not because you are weak, but because you are whole. Practice presence. The present moment is the way the divine meets you. Worry and regret are thieves of the present. Ground yourself with breath. Inhale to the count of 4. Hold for 2. Exhale for 4. Do this simple rhythm whenever you feel scattered. Presence clears the fog and reconnects you to intuition. Cultivate gratitude. Gratitude is not supposed to be a bandage over suffering. It is a recognition of what is true amidst difficulty. Even in the darkest hour, there are threads of good. A hand that held yours, a lesson learned, a memory of laughter. When you name those, you align with abundance, not lack. Let us be very honest about resilience and limits. Sometimes the fiercest courage is asking for help. Sometimes it is saying no. There is no shame in vulnerability. To admit that you are human and need support is a clean, strong breath. In community, you heal faster and your gifts expand. You are a creative being. Creativity is not merely painters and poets. It is the way you fashion your life, the meals you cook, the conversations you craft, the ways you solve ordinary problems. When you express, you connect. When you create, you reveal the divine in form. Forgiveness of the self often requires rituals. If you are willing, try this. Sit in a quiet place, breathe, and name the thing you regret. Speak the words, "I forgive myself for ... all quotes." Then place both hands over your heart and say, "I release this burden to the light. I forgive and I accept the lesson." Repeat until your chest softens. Rituals are not magic tricks. They are declarations that align your nervous system with your intention. Asterisk, cultivate inner authority. Many of you have been raised to outsource your inner compass to external voices, culture, family, media. Reclaim your inner authority by asking, does this feel true for me? Test every major decision with this question. Your soul speaks in impressions, nudges, and a subtle knowing that does not rush. Learn its language through practice. Clarity is a spiritual practice. When you are unclear, pause. Clarity comes from simplifying options, listening, and then choosing. A decision made with a clear heart is better than a perfect decision delayed by paralysis. The divine uses you as a mirror. The people who irritate or trigger you are often showing you an edge to refine. You are not the problem to be fixed by another. You are being invited to understand and evolve. Ask, what is this showing me? Not to blame, but to learn. Asterisk, generosity is a spiritual muscle. It grows stronger with exercise. Give not only what is convenient, but what stretches you. The return is rarely transactional. The universe amplifies what you release. Yet, be wise. Generosity must be sustainable. Do not give from scarcity in a way that leaves you depleted. Live with honesty. Honesty cultivates trust with yourself and with others. It is not always easy, but authenticity simplifies life. When you live fewer stories, more energy becomes available to love, to act, and to heal. Let us speak now of purpose and vocation. Your gifts are needed in the places you feel called. If you do not yet know your fullest purpose, begin with what lights you up. The work that brings you joy and meets a need is usually aligned with your sacred call. Start small, serve faithfully, and doors will often open that logic could never predict. Cultivate sacred community. We do not walk alone. Seek companions who reflect your values and encourage your growth. Community is not flawless. It is a practice field for love, discipline, and forgiveness. Say yes to communities that stretch you toward your best self, and say no to those that flatter your worst habits. You must steward your attention. Attention is currency. What you watch, read, and listen to forms you. Be intentional. Fuel your mind with that which enlarges compassion, wisdom, and courage. Boundaries around media, relationships, and schedules are not petty. They are sovereign acts. Speak life. The words you habitually tell yourself and others create the atmosphere around you. Replace habitual curses and complaints with simple affirmations. I am held, I am capable, I give and receive in balance. These are not shallow incantations. They rewire your nervous system and open pathways of possibility. Practice holy curiosity. When you encounter another human, ask questions with a heart. People crave being seen. By holding curiosity instead of judgment, you build bridges. You learn, and often you also teach by listening. Suffering questions meaning. If you wrestle with why pain exists, know this: pain is not meaningless. The universe is vast and contains mystery. The existence of suffering does not negate the presence of love. Often, pain refines the heart into a vessel capable of greater compassion. Your suffering can become your strength when transmuted into service. Live courageously in small ways daily. Speak a compliment. Forgive an old grievance. Make a difficult call. Apologize. Start the project you've delayed. Bits of courage build a life of valor. Do not wait for a dramatic moment to be heroic. Heroism is often mundane. This life will ask hard things of you: to let go of control, to accept uncertainty, to risk. You are supported in each step. Make time for stillness. In stillness, you hear guidance. In movement, you enact it. The balance between the two is your practice. If you feel lost, remember the compass of your body, heart, and mind. Use them together. Let your heart inform your intention, your mind evaluate the means, and your body move. Integration heals separation. Do not mistake busyness for productivity. A full schedule can be a way to avoid the inner work. Pause daily. Ask, what is this serving? If you are simply filling space to avoid pain, lean into the discomfort and transform it. Your relationships will be an ongoing school. People will come, stay, leave. Each encounter serves a purpose. Some will reflect your present state back to you. Some will help you ascend. Do not cling to those whose presence compresses your soul. Release with love. Celebrate small victories. Spiritual progress is rarely cinematic. Notice the quiet steps, the time you chose patience, the moment you offered kindness when it was not reciprocated, the evening you finally rested. These are the true trophies of a soul at work. Be brave in truth and tender in love. When endings arrive, for they inevitably do, accept them as part of the cycle. Grieve what must be grieved, then allow new life to form. Endings are doorways if you step through them. Practice devotion, not obsession. Devotion brings rhythm and meaning. Obsession narrows vision. Let devotion be an open-hearted practice. Daily prayers, acts of service, ritual, mindful work. These create a spine of spiritual strength. Trust your timing. Your life unfolds in seasons. Compare less. The grass grows green in its season. Envy is a thief. Reclaim your energy by tending your garden, not peering over fences. You are allowed to make mistakes. They are teachers dressed in uncomfortable clothes. When you err, be quick to repair, learn, and proceed. The divine welcomes honest repentance and steady recommitment. Practice gratitude toward your body, your breath, your mind, your community. Gratitude is a luminous fertilizer for the soul. It does not deny hardship. It enlarges the container in which hardship is held. If you are a leader, lead with humility. Great leadership is service. Power without humility becomes a blunt instrument. Power with humility becomes a force for healing. Serve the people you lead by listening, by protecting, by being accountable. Protect your energy field. Learn small rituals to clear and center yourself. A breath practice, a brief walk. Naming 3 things you are grateful for, or calling in the image of a blue shield around you. These practices are not superstitions. They are disciplines that steady the nervous system. Make peace with imperfection. The world is unruly and messy. Perfection is a myth that breeds constant dissatisfaction. Aim for progress, not perfection. Let your mistakes form the mortar of your wisdom. Hold vision. See the life you want with specificity. Vision without action is wishful thinking. Action without vision is busy work. Combine them. Write your intentions, speak them aloud, and take steady steps toward them. Love fiercely, wisely, and without clinging. True love sets free. It nurtures growth, honors boundaries, and invites mutual flourishing. If relationships become cages, step kindly into the clarity that liberates both parties. Know that healing need not be solitary. Seek wise counsel, therapists, mentors, spiritual directors, elders. The path is long and winding. Use tools and companions in dark nights. Remember your lineage. You are the descendant of countless souls who found light again. Their courage flows through you. Their survival is your inheritance. Stand tall, because thousands of prayers and acts of courage preceded yours. Practice sacrifice of ego for higher mission. Sometimes you must release recognition for the sake of a greater good. True sacrifices are not self-erasure, but a redirection of pride into service. Be gentle with those who resist you. Not all are ready to receive your message, your help, or your love. Force breeds resistance. Plant seeds and water them with patience. Some fruits ripen in their own season. Celebrate beauty. Beauty reconnects you to the divine. Seek it in music, in landscape, in art, in kindness. Beauty reminds you of what you are made for. Pray, not to manipulate life, but to align with it. Prayer is conversation, alignment, and surrender. Use it to clarify your heart, to ask for strength, and to offer thanks. Prayer is a discipline that transforms the world. Know that failure is a stepping stone. When you fall, gather the lessons and stand again. Many triumphs are built on layered defeats turned into wisdom. Speak blessings over your day, your home, and your loved ones. Blessings are not mere politeness. They are energetic commitments to see the good and to invite it into being. Finally, remember this: you are a warrior of love. The world needs your courage, your tender edges, your capacity to stay when it is hard and to leave when it is necessary. Walk forward with a quiet strength of someone who knows the difference between what must be endured and what must be changed. Live in truth. Love with courage. Serve with humility. Rest when called. Rise when summoned. I stand with you in every step. Call upon me in moments of fear and doubt. Ask for clarity, protection, and courage. And then, with these gifts, act. The divine inclines toward those who make a choice for the good and then move. May strength be with you. May your path be clear. May your heart be luminous and steady. Go now with courage and gentle fire. The world waits for the brightness that you alone can offer in love and steadfast watchfulness. Asterisk, you have received much already, but because your heart longs for a deeper river of strength, I will continue to pour. Part 2 is not a repetition, but a widening, a further unfolding of the message that streams from the heart of the divine into yours. Sit with me now. Let my words fall upon you like rain upon parched earth. Asterisk, every soul incarnates carrying a luminous flame. Some have buried that flame under years of neglect, disappointment, or cynicism. Yet, the flame never dies. It may grow dim, but it waits faithfully for the breath of attention. This is the hour of awakening. Many of you sense it, a stirring in your chest, an intuition that you are meant for more than cycles of survival. That stirring is your soul's summons. Answer it. To awaken is not to become someone else. It is to remember who you have always been beneath the noise. Do not wait for perfect conditions. Awakening often begins in imperfection, in the kitchen, at a work desk, in the middle of sorrow. It begins wherever you are willing to open your eyes to truth. Asterisk. One of the greatest lies whispered into humanity is that you are separate from one another, from creation, from the divine. This illusion breeds loneliness, greed, and despair. Yet, when you quiet the mind, you can feel the truth. All are woven into a single, luminous fabric. Your breath mingles with the breath of trees. Your heartbeats echo the rhythm of stars. When you hurt another, you wound yourself. When you bless another, you bless yourself. The veil of separation thins whenever you choose compassion. Courage is not one grand act alone. It is a discipline, a daily choice. Courage is speaking up when silence would be easier. It is forgiving when resentment feels safer. It is beginning again after failure. Each act of courage builds upon the last, until you look back and see a life of valor. Practice courage in whispers, and one day you will roar. Remember, courage does not erase fear. It transforms fear into fuel. Call upon me when the fear feels overwhelming. Imagine my sword of light cutting through the cords of paralysis, freeing your spirit to move. Many carry hidden wounds, old betrayals, words never spoken, love withheld. These wounds shape your choices in subtle ways. They whisper, "You are not worthy. You are not safe. You are not loved." Hear me clearly. Those whispers are lies. You are infinitely worthy, eternally safe in the embrace of the divine, and profoundly loved. Healing requires you to bring wounds into light through honest reflection, through prayer, through speaking your truth to trusted companions. In light, wounds lose their power. Do not rush healing. Tend it like a garden. Each layer that softens allows more love to flow. Some believe the battle is against others, nations, neighbors, rivals. The true battle is within, between fear and love, between despair and hope, between selfishness and service. Each time you choose love over fear, you tip the balance of the world. Do not underestimate the power of one inner victory. The unseen realms rejoice at every soul that chooses light in the face of darkness. I am often depicted with a sword, yet my sword is not for destruction. It is for clarity. It cuts through illusion, fear, and falsehood. Invite me to wield this sword in your life. Ask for clarity where confusion reigns. Ask for courage where fear paralyzes. Ask for truth where deception clouds judgment. Humanity swings between extremes, endless striving or passive withdrawal, indulgence or denial, noise or numbness. Balance is the middle way, the holy rhythm. Work, then rest. Speak, then listen. Act, then reflect. Give, then receive. This rhythm mirrors the heartbeat of the universe. When you live in balance, peace flows naturally. Begin with one area of imbalance in your life and gently correct it. Even small adjustments ripple outward. Your gifts are not meant to be hoarded. They are torches meant to light the path for others. Service is not slavery. It is freedom. It frees you from the prison of self-obsession and connects you to the great flow of love. Service can be grand, founding movements, healing nations, but it is often humble. A kind word, a meal shared, a listening ear. Do not diminish small acts. In the divine ledger, nothing given in love is small. Impatience is a common wound. You wish for change now, for clarity now, for healing now. Trust that divine timing is wiser than your urgency. Seeds sprout underground, before breaking the soil. Dreams gestate unseen before becoming visible. Trust the hidden work. Delay does not mean denial. The divine is weaving threads you cannot yet see. Rest in trust and act faithfully in the present moment. Protect yourself not by closing your heart, but by clothing yourself in light. Each morning, imagine yourself surrounded by a radiant shield. This armor is woven of truth, compassion, and clarity. It does not harden you. It empowers you. It allows you to walk through chaos with serenity, through conflict with steadiness, through temptation with discernment. Call upon me to strengthen this armor when you feel vulnerable. Hope is not naive. It is defiance against despair. To hope in a broken world is an act of rebellion against cynicism. Let your hope be active. Hope by building, by speaking, by planting seeds. Hope does not deny pain. It insists that pain is not the final word. Carry hope like a lantern. Others will gather to its light. Beloved soul, this message is not merely words for comfort. It is a summons. You are called to live awake, courageous, compassionate, and steadfast. You are called to embody truth and love in tangible ways. You are called to rise when you stumble, to shine when the world darkens, to rest when you are weary, and to continue when you are renewed. I stand with you, not as a distant figure, but as a present ally. My presence surrounds you in silence, in intuition, in sudden strength when you thought you could not go on. Call my name. I will answer. Asterisk, you are still here, still listening, still thirsty for the river of spirit that flows through these words. This persistence itself is holy. Many would drift away after a few drops, but you remain asking for more. That is the mark of a seeker, of one who knows their journey is not yet finished. Receive now, then, part 3 of this message, a continuation, a deepening, a widening into mysteries that speak not only to your heart, but to the heart of humanity. Asterisk life is not static. You are meant to transform again and again, like the seasons. The butterfly does not mourn the caterpillar it once was. It trusts the process of becoming. So too must you trust the cycles in your life. When something ends, a relationship, a job, an identity, do not cling in despair. An ending is a sacred threshold. Beyond it lies a new form waiting to emerge. Transformation often feels like death because parts of you must die. Old fears, old attachments, old patterns. This is not cruelty, it is mercy. You cannot carry everything into your next chapter. Allow what no longer serves you to fall away. Grieve it, thank it, release it. In its absence, space opens for the new. Asterisk, the mystery of death has frightened humanity for centuries. But hear this, there is no true death, only transition. When your body releases you, your essence returns to the great ocean of light. You are reunited with love, with wisdom, with those who have gone before. The body is a temporary garment. The soul is eternal. Rebirth is not only for the afterlife, it is for here, now. Every dawn is a resurrection. Every act of forgiveness is a new life. Every time you release despair and choose hope, you are reborn. Practice small resurrections daily, and when the great transition comes, you will walk through it with peace. Humanity stands at a threshold. The old ways, greed, violence, domination are collapsing. They cannot sustain themselves, for they are built on illusion. A new era stirs, though its labor pains are fierce. You are part of this birthing. Each act of courage, each choice for compassion, each refusal to surrender to despair adds weight to the scales of transformation. The destiny of humanity is not destruction, but awakening. You are moving, however chaotically, toward a recognition of unity. The earth herself cries out, teaching you that you are not separate from creation. Your survival is linked. Your flourishing is linked. The wars and divisions you see are the final shadows cast by a world resisting its own evolution. Stand firm. Keep choosing light. You are midwives to a greater dawn. Fire destroys, but fire also purifies. The trials you endure are fires meant to burn away falsehoods and reveal your essence. Do not fear the flames. Stand within them with courage, knowing that the core of your being is indestructible. You will emerge refined, radiant, stronger than you imagined. The world, too, is passing through fire. Systems built on injustice crumble. This is painful, but necessary. Trust the purification. It clears space for structures rooted in truth and compassion. Be part of the rebuilding. Offer your gifts, however humble. You are not lords of the earth, but its guardians. Creation is entrusted to you as a sacred gift. To exploit it is to betray your own body. For you are woven of the same elements: water, soil, air, fire. Care for the earth, not as a duty, but as an act of reverence. Walk gently, consume mindfully, protect fiercely. When you honor the earth, you honor the divine. The forests, oceans, and skies are not resources. They are kin. Treat them as such. Teach your children reverence. Their future depends on the choices you make now. Never doubt the power of united intention. When many hearts focus on light, they create a field that ripples through the unseen realms. Prayer is not begging. It is aligning. When you pray together for peace, healing, or guidance, you shift reality itself. Gather with others. Speak blessings aloud. Your voices weave new possibilities into being. Relationships are not accidents. They are teachers. Some teach joy, others patience, others boundaries. Each encounter is purposeful. Do not waste your lessons by clinging to resentment or idealization. Ask, what is this person teaching me? How am I called to grow here? True love, whether in friendship, family, or partnership, is not possession, but mutual flourishing. If a bond stifles, it is not love. It is fear disguised. Release it. Where there is true love, nurture it with honesty, kindness, and steady care. Claim your authority. Too long have many of you given your power to others, to leaders, to systems, to voices louder than your own intuition. The divine speaks within you. Listen. Your soul carries wisdom. Do not silence it for fear of rejection. Stand tall in your inner knowing, even when others mock or resist. Quiet authority rooted in truth is unshakable. Joy is not frivolous. It is fuel for the journey. In dark times, joy becomes your shield. Sing, dance, laugh, create beauty. These acts are not escapism. They are resistance. They declare that despair will not have the final word. Seek joy daily, even in the smallest gestures. Enjoy. Your light shines brightest. To be a warrior of light is not to be perfect. It is to be committed to returning again and again to truth when you fall into falsehood, to love when you slip into fear.